Today I have the privilege of having our EMPAC Freshman Legislator of the Year that we recognized at convention in 2015, Representative Gary Pendleton, a Republican of Wake County. And I'd like to give him an opportunity to let our members know, Representative, what got you involved in advocating for state employee issues?
Well, I was originally a state employee and for 3 years, and when I left, the association sent me notices in the mail, so I just kept having my business pay it. So I actually have been a member over 45 years.
Thank you for that, sir.
Yeah, and used to and have a lot of clients that are state employees, and I know they don't generally make that good an income, and it just seems in the last 10 years it's gotten worse, whether it was a Democratic legislature or a Republican legislature. And I just decided to get involved in a forceful way and try to help state employees and teachers get raises and the retirees.
Well, tell us a little bit about how you got clients through state government.
Well, I used to have the Department of Correction and Transportation. I had parts of it where I worked with the state employees on the job for insurance. And I actually had Central Prison and Caledonia and Odom, which were the most secure prisons at that time, and used to go over there at 3 o'clock for the change of shift at Central Prison, and then be locked in the prison all night long, and they would take the correctional officers off the towers and bring them in to see me one at a time. And when the sun came up, I would go out and I'd leave. So I did that, and then same thing with DOT. I had 4 highway divisions, and myself and some other agents, we'd go spend a week in the town. Like we'd go to Clinton and spend a week, and we'd go to Bladenboro and spend not Bladenboro, we'd go to Elizabethtown and spend a week. Each county.
Right.
Just got to know them real well.
And when you got up here to the legislature, what made you decide state employees and retirees really need someone speaking up for them?
Well, it's not that they don't have people speaking up for them, but I learned when I was county commissioner for Wake County that if you want to get something done, you got to be forceful. And sometimes you got to make people mad. And I tend to make my fellow Republicans and of course Democrats too mad with the things I say, because I'm forceful about state employees and retirees of both. And if it's something I feel passionate about, and I feel passionate about this because I think they're way underpaid, you just have to be forceful, and whoever you make mad, they'll get over it, and you just have to be willing to do that.
And right now we're at the latter stages, it appears, of the short session. And what do you consider your biggest priorities right now as we head to the end of this short session?
Well, getting the state employees annual raises. Not just a bonus, annual raises, and the retirees the same thing. That, as far as state employees are concerned, that's it. We also have a situation in the Department of Transportation where they have done a study and they're in the process of cutting a lot of employees and transferring positions and all that. But what worries me is they're really not offering, if they transfer a position from Raleigh to Division 8 where is that, in Aberdeen?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. To Aberdeen, that state employee can't take it and be transferred, and the state pay to move it. That if they want it.
And now on the House budget, during debate, you offered an amendment that SEANC asked you to sponsor to put off some of this restructuring, didn't you?
Yeah, and that was contentious, but we did it, and I did it. And I was glad to do it, and it passed, and it passed pretty good, really. Just to ask them to put a hold on it to February 1 till they could give us an estimate of how much money was involved. I mean, they did this and can't tell us if it saves any money, and if so, what is it?
And we thank you for that, and we thank you for being a legislator that we know we can go to, and we appreciate everything you do for state employees and retirees. Thank you, Representative.